So, Arsenal 4, Leicester City 2. Look how big the smile on Kenny Ken's face is. He's on the way home from the Emirates Stadium. And you witnessed one of the best individual performances we're going to see all season in Gabriel Jesus. And no joke, Kenny, he was good on camera, watching it on DAZN. How good was he in the flesh? And how many goals should he have had today, man? Like, mad.
He should have had 5 today. He scared the living daylights out of poor old Johnny Evans. You know what I mean? You know, Fafana did work very well to keep as far away from him as possible. Because, you know, if he's trying to get that move to Chelsea, that was no way. Playing against a very rampant Jesus would never have helped. But you know what? One thing about that is that we all looked at him as an understudy at the Etihad until Aguero. And we never really got the opportunity to see how good he is. But I'll tell you one thing, right? He's so hungry. I didn't realise. I knew he had quick feet, but seeing the flesh is unbelievable. The amount of space he made. I mean, the first goal, there's no way I expected him to chip Ward. No way.
Mate, that was like Sanchez. Do you remember Sanchez against Ludogorets?
Yeah. It was. I've never. And then, but you know the thing about him as well. It's the positions he gets when set pieces as well. He wants to score goals. He wants to play in that box. I always saw him at City. I never saw him as that player. Don't get me wrong. There were some excellent goals he scored, you know, against Liverpool and everything. And, you know, you probably saw semblance of that against Watford. But today, oh, my God. People talking about his form in against Chelsea in the, you know, in the Orlando Cup and also the Emirates Cup when he played. But in the league, you always thought, can he just do it? Can we just have just a little bit of those performances for the league? And he surely turned up. I know people can say, it's just a Gabriel Jesus side, but it might as well be. Because if you look at the quality, most of the quality, if not all of it, came from him. Obviously, Martin Odegaard, he came into his own in the second half. You know, Granit Xhaka got his goal. Martinelli scored a goal, which I'm taking all day long because I thought maybe if Schmeichel was in goal, he might have saved it.
And do you know what's bad about the Martinelli goal? It's actually Martinelli, and you would have seen this. Martinelli actually won the ball back in midfield. I think it was Didi he got it back off. Yeah. And then he's on the end of it. Yeah. And it was like, you know, the funny thing for me is like, I said this to Jez, and I've said it on my fan cam and on the watch along. We didn't miss Saka today, and he was quiet, really quiet. Yeah, exactly. We didn't miss Ben White down that right side today. Yeah. We didn't really miss Odegaard today, who was pretty quiet at times. Yeah, I thought all three of them who would float out to that right, we didn't miss any of them today because the rest of that team, Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Martinelli.
Some people say Thomas Partey had a bad game. I don't think he had a bad game. I thought Thomas Partey was brilliant, but it's all about opinions. I think what's happening is that we have a Granit Xhaka industry where Granit Xhaka can score a goal and do the odd bit of quality, and everyone thinks he's had a masterpiece. But Thomas Partey won that midfield battle for us. You know, do you remember in the first half, even before we got our first goal, that little pass, and then you wanted Gabriel Jesus on the end of it rather than Granit, but it was a first time pass, and he was trying them all. You're right, man. He was trying it all the time, but you know people don't realise it. So basically, people criticise Thomas when the passes don't come off, but he's actually trying to get us forward.
He nearly scored as well. He hit the post, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think as you know, when you look at everything's kind of you know throughout the game, it's still Thomas Partey is bringing Odegaard in the game. It's still Thomas Partey is enabling Granit Xhaka to get in those forward positions where we can actually be a bit of a nuisance and you know get the odd goal here and there. If Thomas Partey's not there, does Granit Xhaka get forward? I don't think so, and I think maybe Mikel will appreciate him more. And I'm sure his teammates appreciate him more. But saying that, there's still areas of concern. You talked about Ben White not being needed, but there was emphasis before we scored where I thought that James Justin got the better of Ben White and the overlap, and probably maybe Saka was a bit lackadaisical and he wasn't helping Ben as much as we'd like. But in saying all of that, you're only as good as the team you play. And I thought confidence is very key. Confidence is one when you get a goal in front or get a couple of goals in front. I think when you're playing okay as Leicester were, if we scored a goal, then the confidence drops because you look at it, they were 2-0 up and then they were cruising, but Brentford got back in the game and you know they've lost their inspirational captain, you know, and they lost the captain before that, you know, before that as well. So really true that there's leadership issue with Leicester City. But as I said before, we scored at the right times. Just when Leicester thought they were going to get back in the game.
On another day, if that's not Wesley Fofana jinking through from a poor Granit Xhaka,
exactly.
If that was Jamie Vardy, that's 1-0. And that's
exactly
a totally different game. So we big save from Ramsdale. Yeah, big save from him. I thought he was pretty poor today, by the way, Ramsdale. He got beaten.
He was. I think.
Yeah,
it's funny to say that. It's funny to say that because I was talking to my brother yesterday about Ramsdale, and he said, "Oh yeah, he has a few concerns." And one of the things that he said, I said, "What do you mean? Do you think he's going to cost us?" He said, "Well, yeah, there's a bit of sloppiness coming to his game because we noticed something last week in Selhurst Park where there's a bit of sloppiness, and today, you know, although you know there was a bit of 6s and 7s between himself and Saliba, and you know the own goal was conceded, but you know that's where both of them, you know, have to be better communicators." But, you know, in terms of what Ramsdale's doing, it's, again, he's still young and he's still raw. You know, I suppose, you know, one thing about him, he's a very good shot, so he's got a lot of confidence, but sometimes confidence can get misplaced. But against Leicester City, where, let's face it, confidence wasn't high on their side, you could get away with him playing like that. I'm sure, and obviously we always look at the future, we say one game at a time, but you envisage him against Spurs, against Son, Kane. We don't want that against, you know, with Son.
Mate, that goalkeeper they've got.
It's terrible. It was awful.
I couldn't believe until Ola told me. I didn't even know, because I ain't paid no attention to transfers. I didn't even know that Kasper Schmeichel's gone to Nice.
Oh, no, he
went that goalkeeper leave and put him in goal.
well, the thing about it is,
that goalkeeper was shocking.
I know, and I think, you know, if you look at it forensically, you know, would Schmeichel have saved the 4th goal? I think so. Would Schmeichel have let himself get deceived for the first goal? Probably not.
Conceded the goal that Xhaka scored? Probably not.
Absolutely not.
And I think centre off.
and I think what it is his number 2, who basically is Wales' number 1 because they haven't got any quality, because, you know, Wayne Hennessy is a number 2 elsewhere. So it's one of those things where, you know, good luck. Wish Wales all the best of luck if he's in goal. But the thing is that you've got to put proceeds to the sword. There's many a time over the years where we've had gifts like this goalkeeper. We haven't taken that gifts. But if you have a player, as I say, a player like, you know, Jesus, who's full of confidence, wants to do well, then, you know, is he going to be our number 1? I bloody hope so. I really hope he does get the goals that we need. But it's not just...
How many goals do you think he'll score in the league for us? If he stays fit all season, and like, listen, today he was unplayable. Let's have that right. He was unplayable. Johnny Evans is going to go home and have nightmares about him today, But if he's fit all season, coming up against better players than Johnny Evans, coming up against better teams, low blocks, high lines, all of that.
You know, you've want me to be like, I reckon he'll probably get about 17, 18 goals. That might be enough. But if you think about if he gets 7, 18 goals, I'm not going to put any pressure in him and say he's going to get 25, 30, because it's a massive, massive ask for any striker in this league. You know, it's even a massive ask for Harry Kane at this time, but Harry Kane has done that regularly. I think the only players who you sure are going to get those kind of goals is probably going to be, Haaland, and that's it. But I think what it is, right, at the moment, we do place a lot of emphasis on our man Jesus getting 25 goals a season. But one of the things that, you know, it does get neglected is the fact that we need goals for other places. And the fact that Gabriel scored 2 already is very encouraging. And, you know, Xhaka scores as well. You want goals from other avenues.
2 in 2 games. And Saka, ain't even got off the score sheet yet. And we know that he can chip in.
Yeah, exactly. And last season we relied very heavily on Bukayo Saka. So the fact that, you know, other avenues of scoring goals as well, and obviously Smith Rowe as well was prominent last season in terms of his goal return. Can't get a game at the moment, and he just has to keep fighting because at the moment the team looks settled. If you look at Thomas, you know, Martin Odegaard position really looked settled. He looked good when he was given space, and you know Martinelli's hungry. So, you know, Smith Rowe just has to be patient.
There's a World Cup round the corner. He wants to be on that plane, mate.
Well, yes, but so would the Emil as well.
Oh, 100%. He could have had a goal today. If Eddie had left it when he was offside, yeah, Smith Rowe probably would have tapped in. But listen, we're going to do player ratings in the next 5 minutes. So I'm going to send you and Jez the link in a minute, yeah?
Good, man. All right.
Big up to you, man. Love always.
Well, I've always
I'll take her out.
Always.